the street. You are not retired. I'm sure that makes people very happy. What's going on?
Well, yeah, I have to remind people that I'm not retired yet. I haven't made up my mind. Basketball is still on my heart and on my mind. And, you know, that's one of the main things that I'm trying to get back to. So I always have to tell people that I'm still going.
There is only one thing in life that is worse than not making it, and that is making it and then losing it. But Chris Bosh didn't lose it due to his mistakes or faults like most players in the NBA. He lost it due to an uncontrollable career-ending health risk: blood clots. So now the question is, have we seen the last of Chris Bosh? Now Chris Bosh is an 11-time All-Star, and for those who have never seen him play, particularly on the Toronto Raptors, here's that. Chris Bosh was a force, and that is one of the reasons he was asked to team up with LeBron and Wade in Miami, and that is the reason why he still even has a shot at an NBA return. In his last season, he averaged 19.1 points, 7.4 rebounds, 2.4 assists on 46.7% field goal, and 36.5 from 3. So based off of that, he is more than capable of playing in the league today, you know, assuming he's been taking care of his body, which he most likely has considering his health risk and love for the game of basketball. So it's important to note that that was 3 years ago, during the 2015-2016 season. But the off time should preserve him, of course. So although he's 34 years of age, he's really in his young 30s, with the miles put on his body, and maybe even his late 20s due to the amount of games played in his final 2 seasons. Now, will he make his NBA return? According to Chris Bosh, it'll be up to the team doctors he signs with to clear him. Now, teams will for sure take a chance on Chris Bosh in spite of his age and health risk, at least for a season if he's cleared to play, and that's if you base it solely on talent. However, there's a chance of him getting blackballed because the health risk is just so big, and for the league the risk is higher than the reward. Chris Bosh is 34 years old. He has been out of the league for a couple of seasons. The league has moved on without him. And at this point in his career, to be honest, he won't provide much value to the league outside of a great comeback story. And he won't bring any new fans. He probably won't generate any more revenue. However, on the flip side, God forbid if anything were to happen to him on the basketball court, even if it's in practice or in his home while he's under contract, it'll be horrible for the league and the team that signs him on top of that. You know, there's going to be questions of how was he ever cleared, and stories about how the NBA doesn't care about its players. And in all honesty, the NBA is currently in a great position in terms of player treatment compared to other major sports, and I'd honestly put them number 1. I think they really can't afford to have a player fighting for his life on the court, for lack of better terms. It would be a disaster. So I don't think he would ever be cleared to play in the NBA, unfortunately. Whether he can really play or not, the risk is just too great for the league. And Chris Bosh's career is solidified. He's a great player, a potential Hall of Famer, and that's all if he never plays another game again. Rings wouldn't change much because he's not in the running for the best of the best or the GOAT conversation. And he's not winning no MVP now. So he should be grateful for what he's gotten from the game and what the game has done for himself and his family. But considering this is the year he wants to come back, this is probably the end of the road for Chris Bosh. And if I were a betting man, which I'm not, I would bet we've seen the last of Chris Bosh in the NBA.
101.98 wraps. Bosh, this time it is done! Right in the grill of Josh Smith. He is posterized Smith. That is an NBA facial right here in Atlanta. I mean, we saw Bosh do this to Theo Ratliff a few years ago here in Georgia. Well, this one tops it, folks.
That was about as nasty a dunk as I've seen all season long. That was unbelievable.